Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachach Wadash. I want to send double honor to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught me the truth and who rule well. Peace, love, and safety is to the whole elect Akim out there doing this work. Much love to the scattered elect and to the few sincere women that subscribe to the true doctrine. This is the brother you call the mouth with the Great Millstone Camp branch out here in Omaha, Nebraska, coming back with another lesson, Lord willing, to feed and to edify the lost sheep of the nation of Israel through the Holy Spirit, Rachach Wadash. And the Israelites consist of the so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans by the seed of your father, no matter what you may look like. And I want to give my commentary on these two clips that I played at the beginning, and I'm going to play a little bit more and elaborate via through scripture. And it just shows me that all wickedness, let's start with that, all wickedness is belittled to the wickedness of a woman. So in the first clip, that I played, it shows, you have this woman, her daughter, and the father, which shows up in the video, who disapproves of what the mother is doing, which he's absolutely right, and, the woman that was, and it shows you how vindictive and evil that these women can be, especially those that are of our nation, as the father disapproves, as he has the right to. She said, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's actually cute. And then makes a scoffing statement to say, well, let's keep on popping our booty for daddy. And, it's like, yo, that just shows the complete lack of order and the despicable nature of these nigger women, majority of them, because you do have some out there that are, that are in the right mindset. But, just to take this lightly, this is why we need our kingdom set up, because this type of stuff will not go on in our kingdom, okay? So without further ado, let's get into these precepts. And this precept is going to apply to both of the videos, which I'm still going to play those, but let's read it first. It's Sirach 25 and verse 19. It says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. So not only did the woman in this first video, which I'll play that, not only did she think that there was nothing wrong with it, but the woman behind the camera, co-signed it, and the father was in utter disapproval, man. And I, through the spirit, man, I felt for him, because it's like, damn, what the fuck can I do about it? I can speak my piece as a man, but see, and this is another thing that just brought to mind, is you women, particularly you women of the tribes, of Israel, you claim you want a good man, God-fearing man, a man that takes care of you, man that respects you, this, that, and the third, a man of authority. And when you get that man of authority, or a man that's willing to speak up and say something, you shit on his dreams. And you make him feel like he's in the wrong, and you justify your actions. So they know that you women have to be reset, man. But let's play this video, and then I'll move on to the next clip. So yeah, let's get it. And I'm gonna play the entirety. It's probably like a minute. You see the caption.
Sorry, I don't like my baby just doing that. That's not
attention for the internet, yeah, because you got a lot of weirdos out there, man. You got a lot of intelligent weirdos that they'll look up the IP address on whatever platform you're on. They'll find out your address. They'll find out what school your child goes to. And it be straight predators, man. And also not only that, but you're showing her a wicked nature. Let's get this. It's in Titus. Well, it's in Titus, the second chapter. Yeah. Titus chapter 2. Matter of fact, I want to play the video, but that reminded me of this. I want to play some more to show you that this scripture is faithful and true to this video here, right?
Sorry, sorry, I don't like my baby just doing that. That's not. She's 3 years old and you got her dancing like that. I don't like that.
What's wrong with this?
What's wrong with that?
All she doing is just dancing to boots on the ground. There's nothing wrong with
All
that.
she is
But
dance.
she's filming, but you know, it's just she's 3 years old, Toya. She's 3 years old and you got her
Really?
dancing like that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Cho, come on, let's finish popping our booty for daddy.
Grief, man. See?
Come on. Go, Cho, look.
And that causes confusion in the household. And this is why, this is why a lot of men don't want to be in the household, man. You don't get a peace of mind. You can't raise your family how you want to. The mom all of a sudden has the authority. Okay, the women, they gang up on you and justify their wicked actions and make you seem like you're crazy. And I didn't mean to pause it on I didn't mean to pause it on him, but that's grief, man. That's stress. And this is why a lot of you women, you end up by yourselves, man. And then you look at the man like he did something wrong. Well, this man is clearly telling you disapproving. Look at his face, man. I feel him. Yeah, and that's another thing. Let's get to the precept. I gotta get to it. This is Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. All right. Now I started too, because the men, we have a responsibility too. But we're gonna focus on these videos. It says Titus 2 and 2. It says that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, charity, and patience. So the man has to have a clear mindset. Okay, he has to have some type of self-discipline within himself, self-respect. All right, and know how to guide his family right. Know how to, and not only his family, but the individuals of youth that may need help. Now we ain't the Hebrew Israelites, we're not a youth help program, but as men that are young in the spirit and men that are young physically, we make sure that we teach them the right things and we act according to what we believe, which is the Holy Scriptures. All right. Now this is verse 3. It says the aged women likewise, because the man is the head of the house. It goes to Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, man, woman, child. So a woman should be following the order of the man. Okay? So this is why it mentioned the men first, because we are the pillar of the household. All right? We are the ones that predominantly are the breadwinners. All right? We are the ones, when danger approaches our family, we address it. Okay, we're responsible for keeping our family safe. We're responsible for making sure that they're good. Okay, and then the woman is supposed to follow the suit of man. All right, whoever her husband is, then you follow suit and you get in order. But it says the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness. And what does behavior mean? Right, I'm sure we all know what it means, but I'll get it for edification's sake. Behavior.
Strong's G 2688. Katastema.
Which is demeanor, deportment, or bearing. All right, and your demeanor, we're going to also get that. Which your demeanor is outward behavior or bearing. So how you're acting, your conversation, essentially. Okay, how are you carrying yourself? And if you're a modest woman, you don't carry yourself in a manner that this woman in this video is. And teaching this to the young woman. Let's finish the precept. It says, Titus 2 and 3, that the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior, conduct, demeanor, as becometh holiness. Not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. Now, this is the majority of our women. All right, they're not teaching the women the right things. And a lot of this is pushed through social media, influencers. All right, it's pushed through music. How teaching women that they don't need a man to be ratchet, to to say it candidly, fuck on as many men as you want to until you find the right one. This is what our women are being taught, okay, and at a young age. And this is the proof. All right, let's continue. Now I'll move to the next clip.
You still don't like it?
I don't like it. That's not cute for y'all. Think that's cute putting these little girls on the internet.
I don't see anything wrong with it, if you ask
doing
me.
that song. She 3 years old, Toya, and you got her 3 years old. And you got her doing the dancing like that on the internet.
But
I don't like
there's
that. I don't
other
like my
kids
baby
that's
dancing like
doing
that on the
this.
internet.
She's
That
not
ain't
doing
cute.
nothing inappropriate.
All right. Well, wait till they see how she dancing. Go ahead, show them how she dancing.
Come on, Stank.
You see how she dancing?
I don't see anything wrong with it. It's cute, actually.
I know, come on.
See that?
Sit.
What does the book of Proverbs 22 and verse 6 say? Okay, we just read the Titus, showing you the role of the man and the woman. Okay, how they are according to their households, or no, just according in general, how they're supposed to behave. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way that he should go, he or she. And when he is old, he or she is old, he or she will not depart from it. All right. So, and what does it say in the NLT? Direct your children onto the right path. And when they are older, they will not leave it. Because a kid only knows what they've been taught. And, a very profound point that one of the brothers here in the camp brought out a while ago is from the ages of comprehension for a child. For most children, it's like from the age of 1 to maybe about 6 or 7 is when they receive the most of their knowledge on things. So, for lack of a better word, pretty much they're like sponges. They're absorbing everything that you teach them. So if you're teaching them the right things at the right age, then then that's what they're going to be used to. You set the standard for them. All right, and that standard could be a good one or it can be an evil one. And in this case, it's an evil one. And the women are the only ones who don't have a problem with this. All right, let's move to the next one, man.
Y'all, I have to record him, y'all. He's doing too much.
What?
You doing too much.
You had him. You sit up here, go to an Usher concert. You let him put cherries in your mouth.
What are
Bridget.
you saying?
You let him. I'm your
It's
husband.
Usher.
And you recording me?
It's just
you
a
recording me?
Yes,
so
I am recording
video.
you.
What you
I'm
gonna
gonna.
See that? I should have waited to bring that precept out. I'll bring it out again. Sirach 25 and 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Now, ultimately, these wicked women, even those of us that are righteous in Yahweh Shem Shai, we dealt with wicked women. Women that didn't want to keep order, women that wanted to live according to this world, do whatever the hell they want to do. Okay, but the one thing that counteracts that as being a righteous man or a man of some type of wisdom is that you either learn a way to get them in order, at the same time respecting them, or you just get the hell away from them. But men that are in the world, for the most part, they get caught up all up into these women. To the point where it's hard to detach, especially if you calling yourself marrying them by the way of Esau's marriage, which is going to the courthouse and signing the papers, or all that. You essentially get caught up in a situation with them. You see, but it's this woman clearly is a thirsty traveler, man. Let's see if I can find that. Yep. It was the next chapter. Sirach 26 and verse in verse 12. It says, "She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler, and when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her, by every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow." And what is that saying? That pretty much your woman is going to be, what is that, Amos 7? I believe it's Amos. Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land. And Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. So it's saying what? That our women are gonna be harlots, and and they're gonna, the way that they act is permitted by the rulers that be. So, if you come to them with the scriptures, or you give them the right way, and you're against it, as in the first clip where, you had the man who was completely in the right for feeling how he felt, because we're men. We're men. Now let's keep it 100. Us as being heterosexual men, when we see a woman and she's moving in a certain way, dancing and gyrating in a certain way, that arouses men. You're gonna look at her, and for the most part, you're gonna be looking at her for lust, because of the way she's carrying herself. And this is what our women are teaching each other. They're teaching their daughters. And this woman, I don't know her background. The woman that's in this video, where her husband is, leaving her. I don't know, but it's safe to assume that she wasn't raised right. She wasn't raised in the oracle of Titus 2 and verse 3 through 6. She wasn't raised like that. She was raised to be a hoe. And she don't see anything wrong with it, because the majority of these women are doing the same thing. There was another video that I had. Damn it, I thought I saved it. But it was actually I'm gonna have to find that video, man. I had to find that video where it's you had a man in a club. He was asking all the women, man, let's see if I can find that real quick. It might be in here. Yep, here it is right here. Let's actually do this. And I'm gonna get into that video next, right? But matter of fact, I'm gonna let's finish this. Right? Because I'm all over the place. But this video here, and you see the caption, which I'll get around to that, right?
I have to record him, y'all. He's doing too much.
What?
You doing too much.
You had him. You sit up here, go to an Usher concert. You let him put cherries in your mouth.
What are
Bridget.
you saying?
You let him. I'm your
It's
husband.
Usher.
And you recording me?
It's just
you
a
recording me?
Yes,
so
I am recording you. I'm going to use this evidence to show people how you are always operating in your feminine energy. Again, yes, you're constantly in your.
And this is feminine energy to these women. This is why you can't find a good man, and you can't find a man that's going to respect you, because a man has the right. Let's get this right. The book of Proverbs tells us this. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Let's actually open the precept all the way up. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. You're getting under the skin of men who give a damn about you. And jealousy is not a feminine trait, man. That's something that this world pushes. That jealousy is a feminine trait. Jealousy, it says that the Lord Yahweh is a jealous power. So does that mean he's a woman? No, because he has an inheritance. He has a possession being Israel. And Israel going off a horn. So yeah, that pisses him off. When you got your woman, y'all been together for however long, you're taking care of her. You may even got children together, and that's your rib. And then she goes off and, commits adultery, or, does something against your power or against your will, maybe sleep with another man, conversate with another man. Yeah, you're going to feel some type of way. That ain't jealousy. We meant to be possessive. We're possessive over our women, in a sense. Okay, not possessive, but protective. All right, the slip of the tongue, not possessive over our women, but we are protective of our women, and we love. We love our women. But when a man has all the right in the world to get upset when his woman is tripping. in the manner of committing adultery. So this is the word for jealousy, the Hebrew word quana'ah. This is ardor, zeal, jealousy, ardor, jealousy. Let me see actually what this word ardor means. Ardor, enthusiasm, or passion. All right, passionate. Okay, love. We love our women. He's passionate, and that man's clearly passionate about you. Probably take care of you. Probably funded the tickets for you to go to this damn concert, and this is what he gets in return. And then when he gets upset about something that you clearly was in the wrong about, now he's in his feminine energy. The Most High gotta cleanse, he gotta get these women the fuck out of here, man. He gotta reset all these bitches. Let's
feminine energy. I cannot deal. I cannot. Look at you.
Energy.
Get it together,
you let him
Cedric.
stuff cherries down your throat. You let Usher put cherries in your mouth. And you talking about feminine energy?
Babe, everybody did that. What's wrong with you?
You talking about feminine
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I have to do this because you're just dramatic.
Whatever.
Overly dramatic. What is your problem? What do you think you're? Get back in this. Get in this house. Get in here. Leaving me? You could never. You could never leave me. What is your problem?
You know what?
And these bitches think that they're a prize, man. Most of these women out here, especially of our nation, all right, they ain't nothing but cum buckets, man. Sleeping with every man around town, acting like you something so special. It's I forget the math, but it's at least 7 women to every man on planet Earth. You're disposable if you don't want to fall in line. The scriptures tell us that if a woman go not in the way that please you, give her a bill of divorce. That's the book of Sirach, the 25th chapter. All right? This man was in the right. You off. And the Most High gonna deal with you women soon. But that's enough of that. Man. This one
out there that believes you never cheated on him, but you really did.
This is most of the women here in Babylon.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm 100, so all my niggas know I cheated on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely think I didn't cheat on him, but I did with 3 different niggas. I'm a Scorpio.
Let's get this precept. I believe it's in Sirach 26. Right, this is... But these are our queens, man. These are our queens. All right? Where we at? Speaks about a shameless woman. Yeah, here we go. Sirach 26 and verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. And what's a dog? A female dog. All right? You put that together. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. And to be shameless is what these women are. These women are shameless, man. Have no shame in their game. You hear people say that ain't no shame in my game. Well, if ain't no shame in my game was a video, this would be it. Okay? But there's going to be a judgment that comes with it. Little do these women know. And this is why half of the people in the world, they go through shit. All right? Well, I'm not going to say half. This is why people in the world go through shit. You don't know what I'm going through, this, that, and the third. Okay, 1, if you're an Israelite, you're under curses. 2, you more likely did something that pissed the Lord off or something that the Lord disapproved of. So you're being judged with it. Okay? That's why most of these women are alone. Most of them can't find a man. Most of them are losing their hair, and that's according to their own personal curse that the Lord put on them, that they will be bald-headed. Okay? And, hey, call all like Yahweh Shabbat Shai. I seen like a week or 2 ago, and I showed it to one of the brothers. I believe I may have spoke on it. Where Trump is putting tariffs on these beauty supply stores. To where these women ain't gonna be able to just... There's gonna be a high supply on your hair. You can't grow naturally. You're gonna suffer. All this is part of you being a shamefaced and out of order as individual. Period. Point blank. Let's finish this though. It's like I said, this speaks for itself.
I don't know if he know I cheated on him or not. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I cheated though. And I be crying like I didn't.
They said it.
Shame face, man. Not shame face, shameless. All right. But then that's pretty much the lesson, man. I had to touch on these 3 videos and give the edification thereof. But guess what? All this is about to let's end with this in the book of Acts, because everything's about to be put back in order, man. These women about to be put back in line. All right. You think you run the fucking world? You don't run nothing, man. You can't even give life. All right. The man gives life because the man carries the seed. You are a human incubator. All right. You're special to a degree, but you ain't that special because you can't bring forth life. Okay? So let's get this. Acts 3 and verse 21. It says, whom the heaven must receive unto the time of restitution of all things, which the restitution goes back to a restoring. All right? The order is going to be restored, which the Most High have spoken by the mouth of all his holy prophets since the world began. Israel should be saved with an everlasting salvation, world without end. All right. Was that the kingdom of the kingdom of Yahweh Shai is a forever kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness. Okay. This is what's about to be set upon the planet Earth. Everything's about to be put back in order. From the quality of the air and the food to the quality or the lack thereof of these decrepit individuals on planet Earth. All right, that live after the tradition of men. But yeah, I'm going to leave it off there. I pray that this was an edifying video. With that being said, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Racha HaKodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, love, and safety is to the